Okay, so this will be basically a walkthrough for Solo Self-Found Hardcore Cursed. I won't record everything, I'll just speed through most of it, but I'll give you the tips, whatever I think about as I walk through. Starting off not killing anything. Get the curses first, it'd just be disingenuous. Now if you've never used these before, they reduce resistances by 100% and 50% here. They also reduce your defensive and offensive ability. Not too bad though, you can learn to deal with it. So first we'll pick up the torch up here. That's a basic starting damage. So that. So our goal here is to kill the boss up ahead enough times until we have health in every item slot. That's a little better, 6 to 10. I'm going to take this whole thing really slowly. It's not worth rushing ahead just to waste hours of your time. This guy can kill you if you're not careful, so we'll leave him alone for now. We'll come back here. Pick up runes. 1, 1, and 1. This one's good for the movement speed early on. You only need 1 point for now. This one, it's basically just a stepping stone until you get to here. And as for the attributes, I like to put 1 point into energy right at the start. Just makes life a little easier. And run into health too. This guy's not usually much of an issue. Sometimes he'll have regen, and I can slow you down a bit. Oh, green, nice. Nothing too exciting. And so what I'm going to do is solve, I'm going to you, solve everything here. Get rid of it anyway. Which one was it? That one. And so we're going to keep running this boss over and over until we have every single piece of gear with health. It could take 10, 20 runs maybe. It's not too bad. It's just a good start. And there's the second level. Okay, put 1, 2, and 3. Just after this one here. We'll start putting points into health and dexterity. We're going to do this pretty much the entire game. And like garbage. Oh well, it's money. And there we go, leveled up again. Now we take Magical Charge. It's fantastic for leveling. So much damage. We also put one here too. Decent AoE. Good for bossing. And you can put one here if you like. But I don't find that you're in much danger this early on. So I'd put another point here. Just more damage. And here we are coming up on the next level. Easy. Hopefully this should be the last run. Number 10, I think. That's more health. Let's take a look at the shop. Nope, one more. Okay, with any luck, this should be our last run. There we go. Lovely, and as you can see, health on every item. We picked up a throwing weapon, mainly just because they're typically the fastest you can get, apart from maybe one of these. But I like the range distance too, it's quite nice. Also, it's a decent damage multiplier with Thunderstrike. As you see, we throw 1, however, with Thunderstrike, that's 5 at once. It's much better. Pick up some potions. This is solo self-found. That means I won't be importing anything from any other characters. Everything will be found with this guy. And now that we have a full character decked out, we should apply the rest of the skill points we got. So I put all 3 here, just for my damage. The stat points, 1, 2, 1, 2. Health, oh it's health obviously. Dexterity though, it's both damage and keeps these up. What are we looking at? Offensive ability and defensive. You need these, especially in Legendary. You're probably wondering, how do we live without putting anything into strength? Well, our main goal, at least early on, is to get every single item with the hail prefix, which gives health and percentage strength. That should cover you pretty much the entire game, at least until maybe Eternal Embers, when you can start swapping gear around once you have some decently powerful stuff. Don't fret too much though, feel free to put some points here, it's not the end of the world. Probably have to do a quick restart of the game. Got that lovely sound bug. It's peaceful. Use this first. And so now for the rest of this act, it's really very simple. The only things we have to do is hopefully find some hail gear to replace these, and then work our way to finding Stonebander's cuffs. Aside from that, there's nothing much else you need in Act 1. Sure, you can find some things, but everything gets replaceable by the time you're in Act 2 and 3 anyway, so we don't really keep it for too long. I'll probably show you most level ups and boss fights, I think, as I go through this act. Apart from that, there's nothing too much else exciting to show. It should be a pretty quick act, I think. Here's our next level up. We're going to do pretty much the same thing as the last ones here. Put 2 here, but it's not always a bad idea to put 1 here. Yeah, why not? It's not too useful, but it's always nice to be safe. More health and dexterity. And coming up on the next level up. And soon the boss too. So I think I'll put 1 here. The reason I like to put 2 in this is so it doesn't wear off as quickly. You can keep your charge going for longer. Another 2 here just for flat damage. And health and dexterity again. And I did find 2 of these, which yeah, I'll use now. That's my weapon, by the way. Nothing amazing, just damage. For your main weapon, you do want to prefer Zeus Thunderbolts, because they pair nicely with this. Just boosts that lightning damage. So this fight can be tricky. He can kill you quite easily. Oftentimes there's a Shran somewhere around here, which can make your life a little easier if you want to go grab that. I'll do it without it, because you can't always rely on it being there. So what I like to do, just edge forward until he chases you. There we go, run away. So he doesn't bring any of his friends with him. Now if you watch, he'll do that attack, which does a lot more damage than usual. I'll try and tank one just to show you. There, well over half my health. That's quite dangerous. He's not too threatening, just keep running. Drag him around. Sometimes you can roll with gear that makes him a bit more of an issue. But nah, he's easy. Later on, usually around Act 3, I like to come back here and farm Nessus and his chest, because they both have a really good chance of dropping a particular shield which reduces damage from beasts. It's very useful for Cerberus later on. Not so necessary though when you can pick up other gear with percentage beast damage on it. Still nice to have though. We'll head back and pick up those quest rewards. The +1 skill is always nice. You can put this wherever you want really. Sometimes it's nice to start putting things here, but we'll go with more damage for now. Okay, for this level up, we're going to take defense. Now you can start putting points into this straight away if you want. The stats are good, 50 health a level is fantastic. You can also put points here, which makes equipping gear quite a bit easier. But for now, we'll stick with this. 1, 2, and we'll put one here. I'm going to start running into strength issues soon enough. And health and deck. Now this is one of the points in the game where you can die quite easily. These guys here, very dangerous. Poison damage, they can trap you. Just nasty. Pull some back, just fight them a couple at a time. And these ones here can get in your way too. All the webs, they'll slow you down. Make it difficult to click on enemies. They're really just nasty enemies. It even stops you from running away, as you just saw. Good for items though, we drop a lot. There we go, easy. Just be careful with them, they can kill you. And here we are, just about to level up again, quite shortly. There we go. And health and dexterity. Okay, I think I will put a couple points into here. It's nice to have this. That doesn't impact you a whole lot too early on. It's not too bad to have. And I put one here just to make equipping gear a little easier. You get a bit more out of this once you equip stone boundaries and sink 4 to 5 levels into it. It's just decent for equipping gear because we're not putting any points into strength at all. Not really. Maybe if I find a very particular legendary item, maybe then I'll think about it. But I just don't plan on doing so. Now here you can see I've dropped a piece of gear. It's hardy. You can also use that alongside hail. They both do the same thing. It's percentage health and percentage strength. And these are going to be the key items for pretty much the whole run. We'll replace them eventually. But probably 80% of the game are going to run around. Almost every gear slot will look pretty much like this. The health is great. You can get up to 40,000 if you really push it. It's just ridiculous and a bit unnecessary. But the strength is always useful too. Just makes equipping gear easier. We'll put that on at level 11. Okay, leveled up again. Now, you have a lot of ways you can take this. You can start pumping this bar up. It's great for survivability. The flat health is amazing. I do like to get this up. Don't always have to go full damage though. Survivability is kind of the point of this whole thing. But for now, you can risk it. The damage just speeds you along. Now this area here can be a little dangerous. Not so much these guys. But the 3 bosses that you have to fight, they're not overly dangerous, and I'd say this one here is the most threatening. So you hit him right in the face, he'll go down easy. Just don't stand still, bait out his spell. It's easy. And here we have in the shop another item that's particularly decent early on. It's good to buy. Level 11 and we're still quite far away with the strength, but we will get there eventually, once we get this up, and some more points here. We also get a little bit of strength from this too. It's not too bad. I will buy it. It's pretty much on a money gun, but that's not too big of a deal. There's a decent chance we'll find something that's not as strength heavy and we'll be able to just sell it anyway, but why not? We'll take it with us for now. Okay, and here we have the first boss in the game that I think is truly dangerous. It can one-hit kill you quite easily. I like to let these guys run in first. They'll draw its attention, but they don't hold it for very long. Still decent. I'll point out the attack. That one. You need to avoid that. It will kill you. Just bait it out. It's quite easy to see when he's going to do it. His shout, I'll bait that out. That isn't as dangerous, but it can stun you. Just run around. When you see him raise his club up in the air, get ready to run. He's really not too difficult, as long as you take your time. Just be patient. Dodge the attacks, don't sit there. But yeah, if that shockwave kind of attack, if that hits you, you probably die. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it does do vitality damage. Okay, we're not too far off our next level up either. Plus some bonus skill points from a quest we're doing at the moment from killing this guy. Lady, I suppose I should say. Okay, first, I think I will sink a few more points here. I'm just not feeling too safe at the moment. It's a lot of health. That's 150 health, just straight up. Very strong. One more here and here. This fight can be a little dangerous sometimes, but I've never found it too much of an issue. Now we do have this, which is nice. We can equip it finally. More health, 1602. Yep, it keeps up. Now, there'll be times you'll notice when you equip this, your health will actually go down. However, that won't last more than a level or two. Once you level up again, put a few more points here, the percentage bonus will overtake the flat that you lose. So it's not much worth worrying about. And the strength too it's useful. Sometimes when you go to shops and you want to quickly browse through, you'll notice that a lot of the items will be unequipable in red, which makes reading them more difficult, more time consuming. So I'll look here, and these are all red. And what I want to be able to do is skim this very easily. Instead of having to go over one by one and look for more green items, what you want to do is have your strength be around the level where you can just flick through and take note of any greens that pop out to you straight away. It becomes less of an issue later on. Once you get this up, you get points here, points there, and once you start getting a few more percentage strength items, your base strength will overtake the shops for at least a very long time. And here we have some bonus points. For these, I don't know, sometimes I just like to do this, give yourself that little bit extra health. Other times though, you'll be feeling more damagey. It's up to you, do what you want with them. I find the bonus attribute points, they're more flexible, you don't have to be super specific with them. For now, I'll just go with the basic health and dexterity. And now up ahead, we have a bus. Well, not this one. This is actually kind of annoying. But yeah, the bus coming up here, this big spider. I actually like to stay here for a little while. Farm it. Get your gold up a bit, get a couple 100,000. It doesn't take too long. The experience is nice, you can drop some decent items too. Especially on epic difficulty actually. You can get some quite good items here. It can be a little dangerous. If you watch, it'll shoot a green ball. Just move away from it. You won't have much trouble with the flat. The spider does cast it quite quickly, so just make sure to keep out of the way. And so from here, we can go back to Magaro, sell everything we have and check the shops, mostly for percentage health and percentage strength items. That's what you're after at this point. To replace all these yellow ones with items that look more like this. You don't have to have it done at this point in the game, but it's nice to have, even if just a few more. Annoyingly, at the moment we're below the strength cap needed to actually see the items, which slows us down a little bit. We'll get there. The easiest way to get the strength up is finding items like this, but none of them at the moment. We just want those stats on a ring. Oh, and I did give myself one of these I found, just my health, and I picked up 3 of these. The movement speed's nice early on. We'll replace it soon enough though. I'll show you the stash, everything. And this here, you can get some decent vitality resistance off it. I'll hang on to it for now though. You don't really need vitality resistance in Act 1. The only time it's dangerous are the skeletons that have a skeletal darts item. I believe that can one-shot kill you, but it's never happened to me, so I don't see them as too threatening. And so we just reset. Farm the spider, I don't know, 10 more times, 20 times, whatever you feel like doing. Just get some gold, get some items. One other thing you can do, run down here and pick up the quest down here. It's a bunch of chests. You'll get a few items, a bit of experience. I'll leave it for now. It's nothing huge. You can kill all the spiders along the way. I don't particularly do that. It's nothing huge. You get enough experience later on in this act farming for Stonebinder's coughs anyway. That is quite nice. Level 15 though. I will use it, but I'll probably replace it quite quickly with just a standard strength, dexterity, strength and health item. Still, very nice. The flat damage will speed this up quite a bit. And yeah, I'll do that, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 more times, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, I've done about 25 runs or so. I don't know, I stopped counting about halfway through, but about 25. Picked up a couple items that were okay. Nothing amazing though. A little bit of money. did level up once. Put the points into health, dexterity, and 3 points here. This is what I found. This I plan on using to replace my main weapon. So I'll put on weapon swap. So basically the way this works is I spend most of the time attacking with the shield out, which keeps you safe. And once this here, Thunderstrike, comes off cooldown, you quickly swap. And I need them equipped first. Let that help. Yeah, you cast Thunderstrike and then quickly swap back. So it's a good way to keep your damage and your survivability high at the same time. So it's good to find ways to play safe like that. And I also did find another one of these, which I don't know what I want to equip it to. Probably that. Attack speed's alright. Yeah, not too bad. I did find this, another 8% and 5%. That's good. We've got these here. Just still a few levels away. The rest of it's are just strength requirements. I've had 2. I don't know, the extra energy here is okay. I'll probably just sell it. What a waste of money that was. The 8 and 6 is okay. And this here, you find these of the Griffin. They're good for farming. I especially like equipping them while you're trying to farm the Gorgons for a Stonebander's Cuff. It's a lot of damage. The attack speed, the extra damage, and the percentage damage too. It stacks really nicely with this and this. Just makes farming a lot quicker. I always like to keep one in this side of your inventory. As you go through, you'll find better and better versions of them. Maybe you'll even find some epic item that has, I don't know, a lot of attack speed or something on it. That you'll keep. And just swap it on when you're farming an area where you feel safe enough to do so. You build up a lot of items like that as you go through the game, like rings and amulets especially, that you can swap out things with flat damage on them or whatever. Same with weapons too. Sometimes you find better damaging versions or better survivability versus certain enemies. And as for the main weapon here, there's a lot of ways you can take it. As confusion and energy drain is okay early on, I don't mind it. Eventually I'd like to replace it with something that gives, I don't know, life converted to, or defensive ability, anything like that really. Even damage absorption or damage reduction, they're pretty rare though. Eventually you'll find things that keep your survivability up. Just swap them out here. Might have something to throw in. Not really. I'll probably use that for now, I suppose. Sell this. And yeah, from here on out, I think our next goal is pretty much make it probably through here. We'll get to the Gorgon farm. It's probably the next spot I'll stop at to talk to you, unless something interesting pops up.